Gaslighting is the way potential enemies show their true feelings towards you. These are signs to make your move. All right. Gaslighting is a way that potential enemies show their true feelings towards you. You may think a person is cool. You may think a person is down to earth or on the same level as you, or someone that you could talk to, or you might just think that this person is all right. But what you'll find out is that person is not all right through their actions towards you. When people gaslight you, it's because they have a secret animosity toward you that they're trying to hide. But the devil can't hide his face for long. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to hide through other people the way that he's trying to infiltrate your life. So when other people are inhabited by certain spirits and entities, you're going to be able to tell through how they speak to you, how they act to you. I know this is normal, common sense. But there's certain things you're going to be able to pick up with the gaslighting that let you know that this person is a potential enemy. They have some secret animosity. They're out to get me, and I can't trust this person. What they'll usually do is it will be things that they say that have something to do with you in some aspect or area of your life, but it will be to try to trigger a response. It won't be to have a conversation. It won't be to talk to you, see how your day is going, to see how you're doing. It will be specifically to have an adverse effect on you that's going to cause you to basically to question your reality, to try to figure out what's this person's aim by saying this, what's their goal by saying this. These are the type of people that are perplexed and confused by you. So they want you to be confused and perplexed about them. It's a way that they try to make you unaware of what's going on around you, so that way you'll question everything. Over a certain amount of time, it's going to make a person skeptical, and a person is going to not just take things for face value. They're going to have a lot of questions. They're going to pick things apart. They're going to want to make sure something is what it is, because of all the things that they thought was something, but it turned out to be totally different than what they had imagined it to be. So when these types of things happen, you want to avoid any long-term damages from dealing with people who are like this. After dealing with anyone that's like this, after a while, you pretty much pick up the rhythm and the routine of how narcissistic individuals act, because it's the same behavior, just repeated and brought out in different ways or different strategies or by saying different things. But it's the same type of energy, and it's the same type of frequency, same type of vibration, same type of style of psychological abuse. So when it happens and it takes place, you're able to pick up on it, and you're able to pick it apart immediately and be able to tell that this person is not for you. All right, this person is somewhat against you, and they will definitely not have your best interest at heart at all. All right, so people like this, they give themselves away, but you have to be able to pick up on it. All right, you have to be able to pick up on it And you have to not get confused over it. You have to realize that it's nothing to be confused over. It's just someone that's trying to do something confusing. They're trying to do something to take your mind off of yourself and put it on them, and have you trying to figure out why they did a certain thing. Why did this person do this? Why did it? Don't try to figure out why someone did something. Realize that this is someone that does something that is not positive, or not, or something that's not good to you, and you have to make your move from there. Okay, this person is not doing something that's good. Sometimes people will continue to stay in situations, or continue to talk to people, or continue to deal with people who do this to them, because they're unaware of it. When people are gaslighting you, they're saying things that pertain to you, but it's going to leave you confused because you're unsure why they said it. You're unaware of why they did it. What's their aim? What's their goal? Their goal is to confuse you. Their goal is to throw you off. And their goal is to basically make you waste time being confused, trying to ponder or think or figure out why they did something. And with all the figuring out that they try to do behind us and who we are and what our deal is, they spend a great time. They spend a great time trying to make you have to try to figure them out as well. All right, so that's all that is. All that time that they use trying to figure you out, they've also spent that time trying to make sure that there are some ways that you will have some time to spend to have to figure them out as well. It's all about wasting your time. It's all about wasting your time. If they can waste your time, if they can get you to focus on some nonsense, they will, because that's their aim. They're focused on nonsense. They waste their time, and low key on another level, you're a threat to them because you use your time a certain way. You use your time a certain way to where you're not going to have other people play with it, because you realize it as valuable. You know what? My time is valuable. I'm not going to have it wasted. But when people see that you're serious about your life, when people see that you aren't playing any games, when people see that you have a goal, you have an obligation to yourself, to your life, to do something. If you're doing something that is making people feel uncomfortable, or you're working towards something, and people really aren't doing the same thing, or doing much, or working towards becoming something, you're going to have to deal with certain attitudes from people, and gaslighting is just one of them. People who work towards certain goals, people who don't give up, people who have God working in their life, they make people feel crazy that don't know how to do that. So you're basically like a live, living, real life, supernatural being in front of people who end up developing some type of hatred towards you, because they catch glimpses of it, but they don't know how to understand it. But they know it's real, but they don't want you to think that it's real, or have the mental capacity or strength to access it. So they try to wear you down. They try to wear you down. They try to defeat you. They try to mentally leave you on the defensive, to where you're paranoid about everything, questioning everything, ready to think that everybody is out to get you. And sometimes, in some cases, there are groups of people and multiple people that will come up against you, which doesn't help. But some of us, we're too connected, we're too powerful, and it's just the way that certain individuals are going to come at us. All right. And on top of that, as you gain more power, those who aren't awake, those who aren't spiritually in tune, they're not going to be able to vibrate on a frequency to where they're not going to be able to have, not going to be able to not have hate or jealousy towards you. It's going to be like Michael Jackson and his brothers kind of thing. You know, some of his brothers felt some type of way. When you are around certain people and you have certain abilities, it's going to draw certain negatives out of certain people and make them feel some type of way. All right, but eventually his brothers accepted him. They didn't gaslight him. All right, they had genuine love for him. But when people, that goes to show you, people can actually work things out if they have issues. But there are certain situations where it can't be worked out because a person's attitude has to change. If a person's attitude does not change, there's no possible way for you to gain anything good from a situation. All right. So when people are doing gaslighting, it's basically to destroy you. It's to leave you irate. It's to eliminate your faculties. It's to make sure that you're unable to operate and move the way that you do through life already, which is causing them to do the gaslighting in the first place. They are intimidated by the way you move through life, and they don't like to see you move the way through life the way you do. Maybe you're highly intelligent, you're smart, things come easy to you, you're always figuring out a cool, innovative way to do something or get something done that's blowing somebody's mind that they would have never thought of. People are watching you to the point to where they're trying to figure you out, so they're going to end up seeing too much. They're going to end up seeing something that makes them upset. If you look for something, you're going to find it. If you're looking for something in someone that's, places them above you or makes you feel insecure towards them or whatever it may be that makes you not like them, then you're going to find it. This is why it's positive to work on your mind and to rid yourself of negative thoughts and negative thinking. So that way, even though you think you're being positive, you're not doing the same thing because you're being programmed by the enemies. All right, because they can easily get you on the same wavelength or frequency as them by getting you to retaliate, getting you to try to get back at them and all types of foolishness. All right, trying to get you to think of things to do to them. Like, that's stupid. They feel that way towards you. You don't feel that way towards them. All right, so when people are gaslighting you, it's time to make your next move. You have to decide whether you're going to continue to deal with people like that or not. And if somebody is gaslighting you, you already know. My suggestion is to not deal with them. I wouldn't deal with someone that wants to psychologically abuse you. You just have to be aware of it and pick up on it and be able to tell that's what's actually happening. And it's a form of low-key hate and jealousy because you're able to do certain things other people aren't. You have access to certain things in life other people don't have access to, or God is blessing you in a way that others aren't being blessed. So the demonic negative energy in them is basically going to take over and cause them to have something against you, which is going to cause them to want to attack you in this type of way. All right, they're tired of having to see you win and make out all right. So if they can have a way to express how they feel, an outlet for that, even though it's not good for you, obviously, they're going to do that. And because they're not actually physically putting hands on you, they can somewhat get away with it. They're still not going to get away with it at the end of the day because God sees everything. But and there's universal laws, and certain laws you have to abide by, or you end up getting bad karma. But it's something that you are going to want to catch early on, so that way it doesn't get too bad. That way it doesn't harm you. All right, you're going to want to be able to pick this out as soon as you see it happening. All right, and it's going to come in the form of a statement that seems like it is not going to cause any harm, but it's going to be something that they say that you're not easily able to let it go. It's going to be something that they say to where it it sticks with you and it lingers, and it's like, why would this person, it leaves you thinking like, why would this person say that? All right, if someone keeps doing something, someone keeps saying something, it's like, yeah, why would this person do that? Why would this person say that? It like makes you like squint your eyes like this, like, why? Why? I wouldn't do that to you. Why? Why would you? Why would you do that to me? If people are breaking the golden rule with you, then that's a sign that you shouldn't deal with them. If people are gaslighting you, that's a sign you shouldn't deal with them. But usually, when people are gaslighting you, it's going to be something they say that feels like they've crossed a boundary, and they're going to try to make it seem like they didn't do that. They're going to try to make it seem like they didn't just say something that related to you, but they did. All right, it's to try to get in your head. They want to steal your peace. They don't like the fact that you're as comfortable as you are, you're as focused as you are, you're as happy or joyful as you are. Anything that could take you away from that present moment, that's what these entities are going to use these low vibrational beings to do. And that low vibrational frequency, it's a gateway for them to be inhabited and possessed. They're on a lower frequency. The demons can pretty much just go through and access them because they're on the same frequency as them, a low vibrational, so they can get inhabited and possessed very easily, which furthermore is going to basically add to how they're how they're dealing with people. Like, they have the attitude because they're on the frequency, and the demons are able to access them because they have that attitude, right? And they're able to pretty much use them as a vehicle and hop in them and operate and do what they need to do to try to affect those that are on the right path, those that are making the right choices and the right decisions, those that want to do good. So they're gonna try to make you think that you're the bad person and that you're the one that's doing wrong. They're gonna try to make you think it's something wrong with you, when all the while you're the one making them feel like they're doing something wrong, because number one, they are, and number two, you're able to witness it, pick up on it, and on top of it, you don't even care. And that's why they have to gaslight you, because they care and they want you to care just as much as they do. But you've reached the level to where you can see the madness and you avoid it and don't give a damn. So now it's like they have to try to continue to further along to further along the process, but it's still not going to work. All right, it's still not going to work because spells are wearing off. All right, the spells are wearing off. The witchcraft is getting weak, and you're getting strong. We're getting stronger day by day. It's certain energies coming back, certain star systems coming back. It's certain entities on the positive tip are coming back. So it's a lot of things that are going on, which is why you may be facing a lot of spiritual warfare at this time. But don't be afraid, because it's just a sign that this whole entire thing is about to collapse. All this is about to be over very soon. All right, so all that you're dealing with is just a sign of the shift. All right, it's going to get extreme in some cases, but that's only because it's about to be over very soon. So it's like the enemy's running out of time, and they're trying to get it in while they can. It's like a group of high school kids before the dance is over, and everybody's trying to get the last dance in before the party's over. You know, especially if a fast song is on. But it's like people trying to get that slow song dance in before they trying to just make it as slow as they can. They trying to drag it on out. But it's inevitable that you're going to rise up and overcome and defeat whatever you're up against, because you're already defeating it on the daily basis. It may be a lot that you have to deal with, but you're still overcoming it. The gaslighting, the lying, the betrayal, the backstabbing. You're able to still just be like, okay, whatever, and still do what you need to do, and that's pissing people off, because what they're doing is supposed to be destroying you. What they're doing is supposed to be causing you havoc, trouble, pain, trauma, emotional damage. But it's not, because the power and the force and the presence of God is too strong in your life. So they can come up against you, but they're going to fail. They could try to defeat you. It's going to end up falling back on them. They could try to cause trouble in your life. Their life is going to be troubled. So it really is all a matter of you just keeping your faith, keeping a positive attitude, not picking up the attitude they're trying to program you with. Because you know that's the case. They're trying to program you with the negatives. All right. Because they hate to see you with the positives. It's crazy, man. And the thing is, they're the ones with the problem, but are never. It's a never-ending process for them to try to make you feel like you're the one who has the problem. If you are the one who's able to be confident, if you're the one who's able to be sure of themselves, you can just easily go off and forget them, and they wouldn't even exist. So that's why they have to constantly keep trying to come back and do certain things, so that way, because for real, they don't even exist. They don't even exist. All right. So they have to keep trying to come back and bury themselves within your subconscious mind, because if for any other reason, it wouldn't be any other reason to think about them in the fucking first place. Why the hell else would you be thinking about them at all? At all. So what they have to do is they have to try to always get into your mind and continue to try to reprogram you, so they can have direct energy links to you to zap you, drain your energy, put you in states of confusion to where they can feel like they're doing something and they're getting somewhere, but they're really not. It's all an illusion. They're powerless. It's all an illusion. They're powerless. They have absolutely no power whatsoever, except for what your mind may give them. It's all mind games. You have to not entertain the game and just see it for what it is, and let go of being irritated, let go of being upset, let go of being offended. That way you won't even entertain it or be troubled by it, try to figure it out, try to see what it is, or none of that. You'll just be back to focusing on you, and they won't even exist again. But that their desperate attempts of trying to continue to be ever present in your mind are always failing. See, you're God, so you're always ever present in their mind, and they're trying to create the same thing for you, but it all it does is irritate you. It doesn't have the same effect that it has on you. It doesn't have the same effect that it has on. It doesn't have the same effect that it has on you that you have on them. They will never have the same effect on you that you have on them. As much as you deal with, you're doing that to them way worse. They're just good at hiding it, and they're able to. And why do you think they're always trying to come up against you? Because that's their main way to relieve their pressure and to relieve their stress with having to deal with you. You just have to figure out how to relieve your pressure and relieve your stress while figuring out how to deal with them, which is not even dealing with them at all, which is acting like they don't exist, which is why they have to keep trying to come back and continue to try to implant themselves in your subconscious mind with gaslighting and things like that keep you troubled and thinking about why they did this and them and all this. It keeps you focused on them. Anything to keep you focused on them, because other than that, you would not care about them. They wouldn't even exist. They have to try to exist. Number one, because you're God. Number two, they have to try to get into your subconscious mind, so they could try to so they could try to even get a little crumb in this matrix. All right, so don't trouble yourself or worry yourself over their attempts to have you trouble or worry yourself, because that's all it is. They want you to worry, they want you to be troubled, they want you to just be thinking of whatever they want you to be thinking of, instead of godly things, instead of good things, instead of manifesting, instead of creating a new universe, instead of creating a new reality for you. instead of creating some type of spiritual protection for yourself, focusing on that aspect of things. No, they want you focused on their game, some dumb stuff, them, them trying to be better in some kind of way. But the thing is, you're figuring out what's going on around you, and it's causing others to be in fear because this little game is all they have. Once you figure out this little game, and you see that all they are is just pawns on a chessboard, and it determines how you move to win the game and how to defeat them. All it is how you move and defeating them. So once you realize, all I have to, it's according to how I move, and that's how I can defeat them. They can't defeat me. They're not powerful than me. They're not stronger than me. They're not more dynamic than me. They'll never be better than me in any kind of way whatsoever. And that's what drives them nuts. That's what drives them insane. That's what drives them crazy, because you're waking up to who you are. You're waking up to who you are. You know who you are, truly and honestly. The chosen one. You better believe it. And it's driving them nuts. It's driving them nuts to see you step into your divinity. It's driving them nuts to see you step into your royalty. It's driving them nuts to see you pick that crown up off the ground and wipe it off and clean off all the mud, the dirt, and everything they done threw on it, and clean it off and shine it and put it back on your head where it's supposed to be. They don't like that. You're supposed to be affected and neglected. Your energy and consciousness is not supposed to be redirected and perfected. All right, the amount of pressure that they put on you, it makes you greater. All right, the amount of pressure that they put on you, it makes you more creative. The amount of pressure that they're putting on you is making you richer. It's making you wealthier. It's making you more knowledgeable. It's making you more noble. Whether you know it or not, it's even making you more peaceful. Because on the opposite, on the polar opposite of all that anger that they're bringing you towards as an automatically peaceful person, is going to once that goes away, that void has to be refilled, and you, naturally being a peaceful person, are automatically going to be gravitated back towards more peace. So even if you don't get it or know how you're going to get it, you're going to get it either way, because you have to calm down eventually. Make sure you pray, you don't snap nobody's neck or nothing, but once you relax and you don't go super on them, don't go super on them, and you just chill out like you're naturally inclined to do. That void is going to be filled with all the peace, just like they try to fill you with all the negativity. Once you let that go, you still got to fill that room with something, so it's going to be filled with all peace. That's what we're speaking, that's what we're thinking, that's what we're claiming, and that's what we're naming. All right, so that we will never be the same. All right. So yeah, all right. Gaslighting they want to stay prevalent in your mind. They want to stay present in your mind and keep you out the present moment. Keep you away from your good. They want to keep you away from your good. They know you got some good thoughts. They know you got some good ideas. They know you got a good mind. They want to constantly try to attack it. They know you got a good life. They want to constantly try to get up in it. They want to constantly try to, be a part of it. So don't be troubled by that. Let all that go. See past it. Look past it. Did I just see that? Did someone say anything? I don't care how mad or upset or bothered you get. Who just said that? Did I hear that? I didn't hear anything. That didn't bother me. I didn't even hear anything. Whatever. Let me just get back to my life. Whatever you have to do. Whatever you have to do, all right, to bring you back to where you want to be. Because you obviously don't want to be there. Stressed out, gaslit, trying to figure out. No. You're troubling your mind. You're troubling yourself. There's nothing to figure out. They have some wicked ways about them, and they don't mind implementing them. You have to accept that, realize it for what it is, and just give it up. Just give it up to God. You know what? Here, take it. They're doing it again. I'm not dealing with it. You know? So you have control over what you do with your mind, regardless of whoever tries what. This is the Matrix. You have control over your mind, whether they try to play games, gaslight, street theater, manipulate, narcissist, energy vampire, blocking, brightening, vandalism. You have your mind is above all of that. All right, your mind is really powerful. All right, the closest thing you have to God right now on this earth is your mind, your thoughts. You are the closest thing you will ever experience to God. When you talk to Him, when you pray to Him, you're really praying and talking to you. So it's really, truly, honestly, nothing that you can't do. You are almighty powerful, all right? It's nothing that you can't do. That's why it's so much that you have to deal with right now. Because you're stepping into that almighty power. You're stepping into that recognition of who you are. You're waking back up and realizing that, I have some type of importance. It's something for me to be doing here. I'm not just supposed to be just doing what I'm being programmed to do. No, I'm not supposed to be programmed to do all that. I'm supposed to be on it. Doggone it. All right, Dogon on it. I'm supposed to be Dogon on it. All right. So what it is that there's really nothing that can phase you. It's really nothing that can defeat you. It's really nothing that can even try you. But you have to be able to regain that level of consciousness. You got to speak that up. You got to conjure that up. You got to see it up. You got to think it up. You have to be that which you want. Embody it. Doesn't matter if you're not it yet. Doesn't matter if you don't know how. Embody what you want to be. How would you feel if you had the idea? All right, the idea. How would you feel? All you need is the idea of what you want. How would I feel if I could block out haters? How would I feel if I could ignore negative Nancy's? How would I feel if I could still pursue my goals and dreams regardless of dream busters? All right, how would I feel if I could go through life regardless of people doing strategic demonic implementic strategies? All right. Implementing demonic strategies. Excuse me. All right. So it's a game that's being played, right? It's a game that's being played, and all they're doing is trying. All right. Don't have faith in what they say, no matter what you've been accused of, no matter what people are trying to program you with. All right. They're trying to program you with all the negative thoughts. They're trying to program you with all these negative things, right? Regardless of whatever they're trying to program you with, don't give it power. Don't assume that. Don't associate with that. Don't accept that for you. All right, don't accept somebody else's negative view or negative thought of you because you're able to see through them and figure out the game that they're trying to play, and they're trying to put a negative spin on it to once again manage their image and make themselves feel better about something evil and wicked that they're doing. That you're not supposed to be able to see it. You're not supposed to be able to tell. Your brain is supposed to turn to mush, and that's it. You're supposed to fall off, and that's it. You're supposed to go nuts and go crazy, and they destroy you, and that's it. You're not supposed to be able to see through the cracks. Hey, you're f***ing with me. You're not supposed to be able to see through that. You're not supposed to be able to tell that. You're supposed to just be able to, what's happening? Oh my God, the walls are going. And then that's it. Then no. We're highly intelligent. We're able to see. We have God to show us things. We've asked God to show us things. We're able to see what the hell is going on and defeat it and come out triumphant. Have that in your mind. I'm coming out triumphant over all this, no matter what tricks anybody got up their sleeves. You're going to come out on top of it. No matter what they take, break, fake, or make, or hate. You're coming out on top of it. Always and forever. All right? You can't lose with the right attitude. You cannot lose with the right attitude. All right, so with that being said, at the end of this video, if you watched it up to this point, I want you to take away from this video that you have the attitude of a winner. And I will see you in the next video in the winner's circle with the right attitude.